Welcome to the Social Commuter Podcast, the marketing podcast keeping you up to date on the go.
With your host, Georgia Smith.
And Eloise Fanwood.
We have so many trends to get through this week. I mean, people cannot get off TikTok. This week I've been snoozing my little TikTok reminder more than usual. So I've got to say that I've probably taken part in a lot of these trends. But before we jump into all of those, let's have a little look at some platform updates.
So my first one is with TikTok.
Yes.
So they brought out a new analytics feature where we can now see the searches that most users are doing on TikTok.
Thank God.
Perfect.
It is. It's very helpful. And I mean, TikTok are trying to be very creative friendly at the minute. They released the trends little rundown the other week. And I'm glad. You know, as a creators we are, it's quite good to see that they're trying to help keep us on the app, you know, keep us sweet. Mm-hmm. So very glad to hear this.
I fully agree with this. And if you wanted to see anything more about that trends that we just mentioned, TikTok Trends Digest, we have that on our stories on Instagram to check out. But yeah, no, I agree. So they're really pushing for creators to stay on the platform.
Go TikTok. Yeah. We are liking that.
Especially after all the things in America with banning TikTok.
Yeah, I cannot get enough of that.
They're really pushing to keep creators on the app now.
It's nuts.
Have you seen they put a petition out for all the creators in America?
It's intense, yeah. I mean, if it does get banned in America, it's probably we're gonna copy, you know,
There's
as Brits.
There's gonna be a new app, yeah.
And I'm a little concerned. I mean, there was a way, so I think if America buys the app and it's an American company that owns it, they can stay. Mm-hmm. If I was TikTok, I mean, I'm making a lot of money off these American creators. You know, most percent of people that are using the app are American, so we'll have to keep you updated. We'll keep you on the loop on our Instagram stories with what is going on with that.
Of course.
Because it affects us Brits as well, so keep on the loop.
Fingers crossed.
And then this actually sort of ties in. So TikTok are looking at a new app rumoured. I need to disclaim that it's a rumour.
Rumoured.
But TikTok are looking at a photo-only app. Basically the exact same, but like Instagram.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, we always say that they copy each other. This is a whole new app.
This is like a totally new app. It's basically a rip-off of Instagram. However, it's used a lot of sort of similar app to this in China and Japan. So they are trying to bring it over to the Western countries, which is very interesting. Mm-hmm. But I'm a sucker for Instagram, so would I be using this new app?
I think Instagram is booming right now.
It's doing great.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit like, what's the logic here? But if their app's getting banned initially, I think a lot of people will move on to this new app. Yeah. So I think they've just got it in their little back pocket just in case America, you know, bans them, and they can be like, well, suck it. Basically, we have a new app. We're coming back. You can't stop us. So we'll have to keep out if that rumour is true.
Crazy.
Which is quite nuts. What else you noticed?
So, BeReal is at the end.
It's dead.
Pretty much.
It's gone.
It's dead.
It's nuts.
So, they have not experienced an increase in users for, I believe, about 6 months or
it doesn't shock
a
me.
long time. And their funding is running out. So basically, use BeReal while you've got it, because it won't be around much longer.
I stopped using BeReal probably a year ago now.
Yeah, I did as well.
I went for a peak of loving it. I lost my streak, couldn't get it back, and just quit.
Yeah.
I was like, what's the point? And when they overcomplicated, where if you like get a picture on the street, then you can add more pictures, I just got bored, and it wasn't for me.
And they did add new features, but none of them took off.
No, I think it was just one of those apps that it was just a floating trend, you know. It
was a trend of an
TikTok
app rather than an app.
That was it's constant, it's growing all the time. BeReal, it didn't get it. But well done to the people that made it. I know they were very young, so that is a big achievement. However, BeReal's dead.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
It's kind of the end of an era in a way. It makes you a bit reflectful.
I'm going to have to go through my BeReals, screenshot the pictures I like, just in case it goes.
Do it. I think I might use it for the next week, just to...
Yeah, maybe we open up BeReal again.
We should start it now,
I'm going to have to befriend Eloise. This was before we even
have we
met.
Not even
No, that's so insane.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I think I just have my dad on then.
To be honest, I don't know who's on mine, so I should probably
funny.
check that. But as well as that, this is a good one for social media managers. So now on Google, if you search in a business and you've in the past, or I think you can start it now, added your social medias, basically your social media posts show up on Google, which is very good. So instead of, having to tap the account and having a nosy, it'll pop up, which is amazing for us, amazing for any social media.
Incredible. Yeah, because you've really got control then over
100%.
Your business, and
people
you can
are going to be
update
wanting
it all the time.
you. Yeah. I mean, if they're seeing that their competitors have got Instagram posts on their Google search, hopefully,
social
fingers
media
crossed,
managers, get
more
ready.
people want us. Yeah. So I'm very excited for that. So definitely read more about that in the description below.
And also businesses, keep up with your social media, because this is the first thing people are going to be seeing of your business now.
Which doesn't show. I mean, I always search businesses on social media before. So it's not that much of a shock, but I'm glad Google sort of getting onto it. So proud. What else have you seen?
That's really good. So the EU have brought out new AI restrictions, which is good. Obviously, I don't think this applies to us because the UK aren't in the EU.
We ditched.
Yeah, we ditched. But they have brought out, which looks like it could be across the world, soon. But one of the features, I will read this out. They have banned untargeted scraping of facial images to create facial recognition databases. Woo, right? Yeah. So basically, AI won't be able to put our face on a database to be able to recognise us, which is quite good.
It's a bit creepy.
It was really creepy before. It really used to creep me out.
And I think this is something that will go global. I mean, people like to copy big, groups, I guess, isn't the way of phrasing it, like the EU. So similar with TikTok in America, I feel like it will spread. Yeah. And then we'll hopefully, I mean, we can't be safe from AI. As much as it's a great tool, it's got so many negatives. And sure, they're trying to control it in a very small way, but
I think it's a step in the right direction.
It is. That's the way of phrasing it. Yeah. Love the optimism, which is fab. And then I have a little mini update, and then that's my final one, so we can get into the good stuff. Okay. But YouTube have I've merged release and launched into a sentence then. YouTube has launched a new version of their TV app. Just looks a bit nicer, a bit more fresh. So maybe people will be watching a bit more YouTube on their TVs now.
And this is interesting after what we said last week about TikTok trying to take over YouTube. So now they're innovating in different ways that TikTok doesn't have.
So I'm excited for that war.
And then my last one is Snapchat. So they've now brought in a feature where you can change your chats to never deleting.
Good.
So right? So this is quite welcomed by a lot of people, but also that was their USP. Like that's what makes Snapchat unique from other platforms. So it's basically going to become just like any other messaging app.
So but it already has, hasn't it? We both admitted before that we use it as a messaging app.
I use it as my messaging app.
It doesn't shock me, but I think because you could either save it, which was fine, but then I feel like a bit of a creep saving my messages with people. Yeah. So I'd rather just leave it for 24 hours.
Actually, that's so true. Yeah.
I look less creepy now, which is a positive.
You do have to save messages though, like you'll forget.
The memories. Yeah. But I'm glad, so I'm excited to add that setting onto mine. And then trends-wise, I guess we manifested it last week that music would be the trend. Yeah. The sounds are what's doing it. It's not so much people are doing things to the sounds, it's the sounds themselves. So last week I did say End of Beginning. Well, actually I sung it.
You did.
Instead of just saying the name.
I love that. Yeah.
Thank you. And I'm also obsessed with the song now, the full song. It's like one of my most listened to songs this month. No, I'm actually not singing anymore. I feel like I'm going to get bullied from my singing from my family again. So that's not happening. And then I've also seen Make You Mine, Madison Beer, which is also everywhere. And then Austin, which is sort of like a line dancey one. I'm sure you've heard of it, but search those 3 sounds because they're very, very used at the minute.
Line dancing is quite a big thing actually with the whole Beyonce song and that
Since Beyonce, and they've come out sort of the same time. Both of those songs, I mean, don't forget, Tex and Hold and Beyonce, also great song.
Great song.
These are what I would say are the most trending songs at the minute, so have a little nose. And then also, I have a little micro trend. Well, I call it that because I think it's going to become a big one. So it's called the stop motion trend, and it's, given that hashtag by CapCut, who've sort of thrown it on the videos. But it's a load of black and white images, sort of like on the screen with your name in the middle of it, which I think is really cool. And it's more, I guess at the minute, used by content creators, more girls, more women that use it. But I could see businesses using it. I said to you before, I could so see Duolingo using it in a couple of weeks' time, sort of like taking the mick as a thirst trap sort of level thing. So give it a little nose, just search stop motion trend, and then you will see what I'm on about. And then hopefully you can use it.
Stunning.
Yeah.
So mine was I'm Just Ken. So obviously this has come from, was it the Oscars?
Yes, the Oscars.
Where that was performed, and sports teams have now got in this and are singing I'm Just Ken, like through the audiences and getting the crowds involved. But this would be really fun for a business, I think.
100%.
Like if you have like a shop like before you've opened, like with all the staff, like I just think that'd be really fun.
I mean, I thought after Barbie it would die down, but no. I feel like this song is just not gonna die down.
It's not.
Ever.
It's iconic.
It's a good song.
And then the other thing, which I'm sure you've all seen, is the Kate Middleton conspiracy. But TikTok is all over this like a rash.
My whole For You page is a mix of those songs and Kate Middleton.
Yeah, right?
It is the weirdest mix.
It's very odd.
But they're loving it, the TikTokers are having a great time with it.
And then I had a song, which I have the name down. So it's cool.
This is Eloise not wanting to say it.
I can't.
It's like left my head, so you're just going to have to say the name.
It's called Back It Up and Dump It. Just the funniest name.
I just love that she said that.
It's like the dance is like, yeah.
Gorgeous.
I'm sure you've seen it.
You would have.
But that's everywhere. Everyone's doing that.
Yeah.
And lip filler, some fit figure.
You're the one singing this week. We've done like a reverse. But you would have also heard that sound.
Yeah,
everywhere.
I love how people are actually doing like the photos to that on TikTok. You know, you can like scroll like Instagram. But yeah, that's a really fun.
It's a good one.
Song to do with.
I feel like we have to mention Love Is Blind. I'm such a... I don't think you've seen this.
I haven't.
No, I love it. And it might just be the algorithm, but my For You page is loving the sound. And it's just from Love Is Blind. And she's like, you're going to need an EpiPen because when you see me, you're going to choke. And it is just like the funniest thing ever. Great show. Definitely watch it. But that sound is growing great. So if you just search like Jess Love Is Blind, it'll come up. Good, easy sound. You could take the mic with that sound so easily. And I've seen businesses use it as well, which I was very excited to see. Yeah. So hopefully, you know, we've given you a good little amount of trends this week because there's been so many. Yeah. Last week there was none. This week there's like 1,000, which is nuts. So jump on them before they become boring.
Yeah.
Is the way of phrasing it, yeah. So then crazes wise. So mine is Nadine Larkin. So I've been following her for ages. Never mentioned her before. Don't know why, because I love her content. But she's a fitness, like, gym goer girl. She's English. She's so sweet. And I just love her little fitness videos. So definitely give her a little nosy. You know, if you're trying to get the gym bod summer ready, she's a great creator to have a look at.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah. And then mine this week was an account called Gals Who Travel.
Yes.
So this account... I think as a woman, it's quite scary to think of traveling like on your own and everything, 100%. But also you really want to do it. And this account is all about promoting like ways to travel like safely or good places to go and like your trip itineraries. And it's just amazing. Yeah. So if you're a girl who wants to travel, definitely check that account out. It's really, really good.
I love how different ours are. Every week, our creators are like such polar opposites. Yeah. But it's a laugh, which are good. As always, make sure you comment your creators below or on Spotify. Answer the little who's your creator question.
Yeah, we'll feature
we
on
are,
stories.
you know, we love seeing them. They are good.
We do.
Especially on Instagram when people write them to us who theirs are. There are some good ones. We meet some great people from that. But I think that is the end of today's podcast.
It is. Thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you all for listening and tune in next week. And don't forget to subscribe or follow us if you're watching on Spotify. Bye.
Bye.